Howdy ho, Arkansas Pilgrim here again with something that I know you've all been waiting for, another redneck repair. Well, if you've been around for a while, you may remember seeing my wood burning stove that I had in a couple of videos. And as you see it here, I've, because it's summer right now, I've taken, I take it out because it's right in the middle of the shop, and I, take it off and move it over into the corner, and then I reinstall it back, once it gets cold. When I moved it out this time, I noticed something that, well, this is something that happens every year, but and I usually do something about it then, but I've put it off. Put it off. Imagine that. I've put it off until now, where it's getting closer to fall and a lot more rainy seasons coming in. Well, here we have the stovepipe, or flue, whatever you want to call it. And the problem I have has to do with the cap that's on the outside that prevents rain from coming in. And this was the previous cap I had. You notice it's just a rain cap. It's meant to cover up, vent pipes that may come up through a roof. It's not really intended for stoves with a lot of heat, because it's thin sheet metal, and the heat that comes blasting through this, will burn away steel. That probably gets red hot, and then when it gets rained on, it also, it rusts away. Well, this one is one I saved because, well, being the cheapskate I am, I was going to stick another piece of sheet metal over the top of that, because these cost, I think these used to cost, when I bought this one, this was the first one I had. Actually, I think this is the second one. There was like about $6 for one of these. I think they're like double that now, because you know how everything costs so much. But so I'll probably end up well, I don't know. I saved it because I was going to try to fix it. Well, I'm actually not going to try to fix that. That's not the redneck repair on this one. And I'm going to show you why. Because, well, hey, here. There's the flue. If you probably can't really see it because of the light, but the way the light's coming through there, it looks like it's almost totally gone, the one that was up there. Hey, let's go outside and take a look at it. There you go. The whole top of the cap is gone. I'll probably try to zoom in on this one on the video. I can't really do it with my phone. Well, actually, maybe I can. Let's give that a try. Yeah, there we go. Probably makes it grainy and a little shaky, but yeah. There's no cover left on it at all. And I don't want to keep buying these, and I don't really want to spend, $100 or whatever it is for one that's for an actual chimney. And I don't even know if they make them for 6-inch pipes anyway. So I'll show you what I'm going to do to make something that's a little longer lasting. Well, here we go. I've scraped off an open spot on my workbench. And what I'm going to do is I've got this old beat up stainless steel pot. The handles had broken. I had actually fixed it where the handle would, we actually used it in the kitchen this way because it was on the outside, not the inside. And but then this other handle broke off, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to force Mrs. Arkansas Pilgrim to keep using this. And it's gotten banged around out here in the barn. I'm not even sure what I was using it for. But it's stainless, and it's thicker, not super thick, but it's a lot thicker than this. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim it out and make a version of this that hopefully will last a lot longer, won't rust as easy. And but I definitely would call this a redneck repair. I'm doing what I can with what I have where I am. So let's see how this is going to work. Okay, let's not do it totally by the seat of our pants. Okay, it's 9 inches across, and a circumference is pi times the diameter, which that would be 3.14 times 9, but just basically 3. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to make this cut out here. So it's about 9 inches. You know, since there's going to be 3 tabs, the next one's going to be about 9 inches there. Okay, it'll be kind of centered there. And about 9 inches here. That'll be centered about there. Okay, close, and just make it sort of semi-orderly. And those are about 1 inch wide. I want to make them wider. So let's go ahead and make it leave 2 inches wide. So actually, jeez, I am going to try to straighten this out a little bit. So I marked where the cuts are going to be. I need to mark where the center was the cuts were going to be. I need to mark where the strips are actually going to be. And let's see. That's it. This is just, well, that's the whole point of having those that curl on there, is to make it stiff. Let's get all this stuff off of here. So much for doing this nice little quick thing this morning. I've got something else to go do this morning too, so I'm definitely not going to finish this. There we go. Trash. Okay. Well, now, if there, it's, oh, geez. That broke right where I want to have the strip. Well, I know what I'm going to do. Well, I'm just going to trim this whole thing off. This is not going near as easily as I thought it was going to be. Would have thought I was going to need bolt cutters to get through this, but I need to get this piece out of the way. I don't think this is going to work very well, but let's give it a try. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use a power tool. Now, I do have a bigger grinder, which would probably go through faster, but I don't really have a good way of holding this in place. And, you know, and the metal cutting wheel can grab and fling things around. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot and just at least see how well it cuts through. That's too slow. Okay, got eye and ear protection on. And relatively painless. Let's see. Yep, still have all my fingers. That's always a good sign at the end of working with power tools. So just let that cool off a bit. Got some nice sharp edges here now. So at least take a little bit of the edge off. There we go. Actually, I have a measuring tape from a broken one, which is smaller and flatter. It's more flexible. Let's see. Knock it from there. Let's go ahead and actually get a real measurement. 38, 28 and a half. That's about what you had before. So 27 and a half. So let's do, 9.5 will be good for each one. So let's just go. Yeah, that worked out. Good. Okay. I think I'm going to do, these are only 1 inch wide, but they also got this whole support thing there. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go 3 inches wide and see how that works. So get 1.5 inches on either side. Okay. Now, edge isn't straight, but that looks pretty perpendicular to me.